Hey friends, welcome to this week's Read Aloud story. This is a super fun story called Pirates on the Farm. And while we're reading this story, I want you to be paying attention to how the family interacts and treats their new neighbors, these pirates. So this story is written by Danette Fretz and the pictures are done by Jean Beretta. Pirates on the Farm. So these are some of our characters. The pirates next door. Meet the crew of Black Eye. Captain Graybeard, Jolly Roger, Stretch, Pooch, Digger, Ratty. And look, Ratty even has a rat on his head. No one ever imagined that 5 swashbuckling pirates would settle in on our proper little southern community. But they did. They traded doubloons for dirt and bought the farm right next door. Look at those pirates. Can you imagine if you had pirates that moved next door? Oh my goodness. I don't know if the family's quite sure about it either. Joey, my little brother, was delighted. He stopped calling me sis and he started calling me matey. Mother, look at her face, was horrified. She rode into town and asked Sheriff Harlow if there were any laws prohibiting pirates from owning land. There weren't. So she hurried home, took her pine box full of money down from the kitchen cupboard, and hid it under the floorboard. Can you see what the box says? It used to say, move to town fund. Now it says, move away from pirates fund. I don't think she likes those pirates very well, does she? Is she being kind to her neighbors? Dad, there's the dad, strolled over the hill and helped the pirates unload their trucks. Within a week, the pirates next door had built a new barn. That's their barn. Can you believe it? We'd never seen anything like it. Mother called it disgraceful. Joey begged to walk the plank. Dad nailed loose boards, patched a hole on the poop deck, and rescued a piglet from the crow's nest chicken coop. Can you imagine? I've never seen a barn like that before. Oh, how is Dad treating the neighbors? Let's keep that Dad in mind. The pirates next door were not clever farmers. They did not know anything about planting seeds. Do you dig a big hole and just dump all the seeds into one big hole? Watering? Is that how you water plants? This is my favorite page. Milking a cow. Look at, oh my gosh, look at how they're milking the cow. That poor cow. Riding a horse, harvesting corn, or shearing sheep. Shearing sheep just means taking off their wool. With a sword? What? Dad, however, was an old hand at farming. He worked alongside the pirates as often as he could and gave them his farmer's almanac. A farmer's almanac is a book that tells farmers when they should plant things and what seasons and where. What kind of neighbor is the farmer being to those pirates? I wonder how those pirates feel about the dad helping them. The pirates next door lacked social savvy. My whole family was shocked the night we discovered the sea dog definition of dinner invitation. Look, they just walked in their house and carried them on out. Is that how you invite your neighbors over for dinner? The grub was ghastly. That means awful. Hardtack, crusty cheese, and fish stew. Now, something I love about this book is in the very back it has definitions for some of these pirate words, sea dog definitions. So hardtack, crackers or biscuits made for lasting on lengthy long voyages. You have to read it like that too. Pooch's recipe holds the prestigious esteemed record for the most teeth chipped in one bite. So that must be the hardtack. The pirates beamed. That means they were super happy. They beamed as Digger scooped a fish head onto each of our plates. Mother screamed, "Ah!" Joey asked if you're supposed to eat the eyeballs. Dad asked for seconds. Our church has never been as silent as the Sunday 5 pirates showed up and plopped themselves down right in the front row. Mother and Mrs. Mayfield, here they are over here, began organizing a Ban the Buccaneers brigade. That means a group that's trying to get rid of the pirates. Joey tied on an eye patch. Dad went forward, shook the pirates' hands, and sat down beside them. He didn't change pews when they belted out, "Yo ho ho," as the words to every hymn. And he didn't flinch when they looted, that means stole, from the offering plate. He just added money and passed the plate. But it says on the door, love your neighbor. The dad, he is being awfully kind to these pirates, isn't he? He's showing his neighbors love. When the pirates tried to impress the town's teacher by enrolling in school, the brigade was alarmed. Oh, look at them. Look at their faces. And they were aghast after the rogues tried out the merchandise at Mayfield's general store. Sword fighting with a broom and a rake. Oh my. But the brigade called an emergency meeting after Riverdale's annual Christmas pageant was commandeered by 5 pirates who did not understand why anyone would put a baby in a feeding trough. They had never heard the Christmas story before. And they couldn't believe that they would put the baby. What baby is that in that feeding trough? It's supposed to be baby Jesus, isn't it? In the spirit of the holidays, Joey requested the pleasure of the pirates' company for New Year's Day dinner. It was the first time anyone had invited them anywhere, ever. Ever. Wow. Mother protested. Oh, no. But Dad insisted. The pirates amazed us all when they arrived with a parrot for Joey, a one-of-a-kind weather vane for Dad. Look, it's a mermaid. A scrimshaw whalebone for me. That's like a whalebone where they etch a picture into it. And a beautifully bejeweled hat pin for Mother. That was very kind of them. What good neighbors they are, huh? Despite Stretch's tales about seasickness and scurvy, the evening was wonderful until Sheriff Harlow and the brigade arrived with a court order demanding the pirates pay for stolen offerings, runaway livestock, and damages to Mayfield's general store. Look how long that list of trouble is. It's a long list. Oh, and look at the dad's poor face. And if they couldn't pay, the brigade would sell the pirates' farm and set them sailing. But all the pirates' doubloons had been spent on land and livestock, planks and plows, grain, and gifts for friends. Oh, look how sad those pirates are. They know that there's nothing they can do. Then Mother had an idea. So far she hasn't liked these pirates very well, but something's changed. Let's see what she does. Do you see what her box says now? Pirate friend. Look what she's doing. She gave the sheriff all the money and saved the pirate's farm. Now Mother asks the pirates to supper every Saturday. She serves delicious salmagundi, bone soup, and hardtack. Okay, salmagundi. I have no idea what that is. Let's look it up. When supper be stewed onions, anchovies, boiled eggs, apples, cabbage, and pickled vegetables, tossed with oil and vinegar. De crew not be spoilin' their favorite meal by askin' Pooch why his secret ingredients be movin'. That means there's something in the stew that's still alive. Joey shows off Jolly Roger's latest tricks. He taught us, look, how to play a harmonica. Dad and the pirates discuss the weather before playing spirited games of knucklebones. I practice the art of scrimshaw. As for the pirates, dinner invitations are much more civilized, and Reverend Springfield often finds surprises in the offering plate. Do you know what that is? A gold tooth. Can you believe it? The pirates train horses, shear sheep, and grow gorgeous vegetables, although Dad still supervises livestock branding. They were branding everything everywhere. They are successful farmers. Joey howls, "Maroon the landlubbers for mutiny." Mother shakes her head and marvels, "Who would have thought?" But Dad says, "When you plant love, it grows." That captain looks pretty proud, doesn't he? I'm just glad we're friends with the people next door. Wasn't that a great story? So when we think about our neighbors, how can we be treating them? How can we be showing them kindness like the dad did and at the very end, the mom? God calls us to love one another, to show kindness to one another. And maybe that means you draw a note on your sidewalk with crayons so that way when people are walking by, they see a little bit of joy. Maybe it's calling up a friend and just saying hello, or doing our challenge for this week, which is to send a card to a Sunday school teacher or your classroom teacher, a family member or friend, just to let them know that you're thinking about them. So how can you be a kind neighbor this week?